Welcome back to Strange Curiosity. In today's episode, we're going to be going over a true Bigfoot encounter. Today's story is from BigfootEncounters.com and takes place in Sumter County in York, Alabama in 1981. So get comfortable, grab a drink, and let's listen to this Bigfoot story. York is down I-59 in the southwesterly area of central Alabama. It's approximately 20 miles from Meriden, Mississippi. The land was basically flat, heavily wooded. A couple of lakes were on the property. Fields were cut into the area, somewhat for farming, but mostly for hunting. The fields were very small. If you should choose to use this story anywhere for the public, I ask that you do not use my name or email. I will provide you with my name. If you wish to ask me questions, send me your number and I'll call you. I was a young 13-year-old deer hunter. It was probably one of the first times I was ever allowed to sit in a tree stand by myself. I had been in a tree stand approximately 2 miles from my father and brother, about 1.5 miles from our cabin. The man who owned the property had told me to wait until dark and follow the dirt road right back to the cabin. I hadn't seen any deer all day, so at nightfall, I unloaded my rifle and started to walk back. After I had walked about 150 yards from the green field, I heard something moving in the woods. I thought to myself that now was a fine time for the deer to come back in the fields. As I walked, I noticed the sound seemed to be following me. I took my spotlight, shined it in the trees, but I couldn't see anything. This didn't surprise me since I was deep in the Alabama woods. After a little longer, I caught a strong odor, and the steps seemed to be moving faster. I walked faster. So did the sound. All of a sudden, I felt this thing close in. I shined my flashlight, and something seemed to snort and jump across the road in front of me and run through the woods to the other side. I dropped my flashlight, and I tried to fire my rifle. In my panicked young mind, I had forgotten that I had unloaded it. When I realized my mistake, I turned and ran all the way back to the cabin. Only when I got back did I remember that I left my flashlight in the middle of the road. Luckily, my dad had killed a deer, so I had time to calm down before he got back to the cabin. I told him I dropped my light, and the next day we went to get it. It was gone. I didn't tell him what really had happened. As I got older and learned the sounds of the woods, I came to realize that what I had heard on November night was not walking on 4 legs, but it was on 2. I had never spoken of that event again until this year. I told my wife about it 14 years after marriage. As I told her about it, I got chills, much the same as I am experiencing while I'm writing this. Since that time, I have killed many, many deer, but I have never gone into the woods until daylight, and I've never stayed until dark ever again. When you're out in the woods and you're hunting, you're out in nature, and you're going to expect to hear some animal sounds, but I mean, you can tell. Usually, especially if you're hunting, you kind of know what the animals sound like already. So to hear something completely off the wall, or much less see something like this, I can't imagine. That must be terrifying and unnatural. So let me know what you guys think about this account. And if you like these types of stories, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know, do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you think it's a bunch of folklore? What are your thoughts? I'm genuinely curious. Till next time, guys. We will catch you later. Thank you for watching.